name is Sarah. Welcome to Messy Journals. Today I had the extreme pleasure of going to the Florida Stationery Fest. Before I even begin to talk about the festival as a whole and what I bought or anything like that, I want to say this was a first time event. There's a huge amount of people who came in attendance. I honestly didn't get the amount of footage that I was hoping to get because it was so crowded and there were so many people, and I'm always very concerned about filming people without their consent. Luckily I was able to film a good amount. But I mean, it was just, there was so many, it was really crazy. And a lot of the vendors that I talked to who normally do the Orlando Pen Show were like, it is never like this. This is on a level we weren't expecting. So I really want to thank the staff who pulled off this event. I could always recognize your staff. I never felt unsafe, even with the amount of crowding. You guys are really good about directing traffic and making sure everything went very well. So first of all, I want to thank that. That aspect of it for you guys. Thank you so much. I also want to thank all of the vendors that were there. There were so many wonderful vendors. And I wish I could have purchased something from all of you, but I had set myself a $100 budget, so I could not. But I'm so glad that I found all of you, and I'm making a wish list, and I will be sending it out for my birthday and Christmas and all of that, so that people know to get me things from you guys, because you are all so wonderful. I want to start with talking about the workshops. I did two. I did the Art and Science of Journaling and Letter Writing with Jeannie Florini. I loved this workshop. Jeannie, if for some reason you're watching this, I will take so many workshops from you in the future, I hope. It was so wonderful. So she gave everyone who came, who paid for the workshop, a journaling kit, and it had this, for me, I picked this floral kit. She does sell these. It's Jeannie Florini of Jeannie's Ohana Designs. So this was flowers of all sorts. It came with a Midori green journal, design paper, stickers, washi tape, original photos, stencils, and tea lay pens. So it's a whole set here. I can't wait to dive in and properly use it. So when I got it and I started using it, because this was a 9 a.m. workshop, so I started my day with it. I got it and started using it. I was like, oh, this will be my notebook for the pen show. So she went through a lot of the scientific research behind journaling, how handwriting helps us, how journaling as a practice helps us. There wasn't enough time for me to really answer the prompts that she gave. So I wrote them down, and I will definitely work on them probably tomorrow. So for example, what are some ways that I can provide a service or random act of kindness? Wishes consist of part hope, part love, and part sweat. What is one personal wish? Why this? So I will go in and finish these in tomorrow. The other workshop that I did was with G's Crafties. She did give us all a little pocket notebook. So I hung on to that, but since I'd already decided to use this notebook for the festival, I just went ahead and made a spread, and it was travel journaling with G's Crafties. She gave us a sticker sheet, and that was nice to just kind of sit down and journal. More unprogrammed. Jeannie's was a lot more programmed, and I think that's why I like Jeannie's a little bit better, but not to say that Stephanie's wasn't also amazing. So she had these stickers, and I had a fun time putting this little spread together. And then when I was done, I put together little information. I wrote down about all the different vendors that I had collected things from by that point. So what will $85 buy you at a stationery festival? I am so glad you asked. It will buy you this. So I was able to stay under budget. I spent $85 out of my $100 budget. I'm very happy with myself. This sticker was from Stationery Universe. It's just a little blueberry punnet. There's a family story about me and blueberries, so I was like, I need to get that. I stood in the very long line for Lauren Phelps. My dearest apologies, Lauren Phelps. She had so many washi tape and stickers. There's a big long line. It was a huge display. And I ended up getting these washi sample cards. She had albums for them as well, so you could put all your washi samples in an album, which I thought was very cool. But I ended up not getting the album itself. Like, I just kind of wanted some of these that I could like put washi tape on, stick it in my Kokoyu Systemic, and go. Speaking of my Kokoyu Systemic, I got an A5 grid campus, which will fit nicely in my Systemic, and I also got another MD paper because I'm almost done with the one that I got. I got these from some Rudy pens. I was like, you're not allowed to buy any more inks, and then I got there and they had Kiwi ink, which I had seen online and I had fallen in love with, especially A Witch's Potion, because I am an Agatha All Along person and it reminds me of Agatha All Along, so I snapped that up. This one I think was 16 and this is about 19. This is Glorious Peacock and it is beautiful. I love a shifting like blue red ink, and this one's purple green. So I bought that. This was from some Rudy pens. Some Rudy pens, I'm so sad. They had an item that was out of stock by the time I got back. At some Rudy pens, there was the owner's two little boys, and they were selling their artwork for $1 and $2. And by the time I returned to their table, it was gone. And let me tell you, I would have loved one of those limited edition pieces for my home. And finally, I got this from Pengineer. It's a 3D printed ink sample spinner. This is great because now I can put some of my ink samples on my desk and remind me to use them, which is great for my ADHD. This is the only thing that like I snapped up immediately. Once I got it and I saw that he still had them in stock, everything else I was like, I'm going to wait and I'm going to see what I want and I'm going to make sure that I stay within my budget. This, I was like, no, I'm buying it immediately. I'm so excited by this. This brings me so much joy. There were so many other wonderful vendors. And again, I wish I made a lot more money than I do. I wish I didn't make teacher money so that I could have purchased from all of you. But I'll highlight a few, and I have pulled this vendor sheet out again so that I can kind of talk through it and remind myself of who was there. Chill Artistry. I was so glad to see Chill Artistry again. I have purchased from them before, so I didn't purchase from them today, but here's a notebook that I got from them about a year ago. They are lovely. The notebooks are all hand bound. They make notebooks out of old cassette tapes. It's so cool. They were one of the vendors that I talked to who were like, yeah, we sold out yesterday. And then they said that they had gone home and from like 7 p.m. to 1 a.m. they were making notebooks. And when I saw them around 3 in the afternoon, they had almost sold out again. And Ollie, who is the person who makes the notebooks, was selling the cassette tape ones unfinished and was basically like, pick your cassette tape, come back in 20 minutes, I'll have it done, which is amazing. Similarly, Koi Koi is a Japanese stationery. They were pretty much wiped out by the time I got to them in the afternoon. Like, I couldn't get to their table. It was so crowded. I couldn't get to their table in the morning, and it was already pretty, like, they were already pretty low on inventory. And then when I got to them in the afternoon, it was just, they had, like, nothing left. They were so sweet. I really enjoyed talking to them, but they were basically like, we don't know when we'll be able to vendor again because we're going to have to get all of our stock back. Sam Flax had like 5 tables of stuff, which was amazing to see. I really liked looking at all of their stuff, even though I didn't purchase from them. Tori Ramos had these beautiful stamps. She had these beautiful, like, book review stamps, and I wanted them so badly, but I'd already hit $85 and they were $19, and I was like, I'm gonna stay within my budget today. I'm not allowing myself to go over it, even if it's only $4. But they were amazing. I liked Cats of Japan. They had such cute, like, cat themed Japanese stationery. Anderillium Ink, who I own one of their inks. I own their Well Shark Gray. They had a whole table set up where you could test out their inks with TWSBIs. So I hadn't used a TWSBI before, so it was nice to both like test out a TWSBI and also test out their inks. I loved their, it was indigo blue. I wrote that one down because I was like, I would like this one in the future. Once I finish some of the inks that I already have. And Amoya Mercantile had like some metal like storage boxes that I know are very popular. They were lovely. Vintage Ink Stationery, who just opened near me, I got to see them again. They were great. Jeannie's Ohana Designs, I mentioned them earlier because of the workshop. She had all these beautiful Italian journals, which I've been meaning. They looked kind of like this one that I already have on hand. And so, I mean, they were all just so beautiful. They had more like leather spines though. And would love to buy in the future. And also Canna Art Studios. I don't think I got footage of her. But she had these beautiful washi tapes of like Florida nature. And I love, Florida's so beautiful. Like the nature of Florida is so beautiful there. There's some of her art. And I loved seeing someone like put it into, art and like washi tapes and that sort of things. I never made it to the Lighthouse paper table. It always had such an insane line, but I'll probably be able to go to their store next week, if I really want to. I mean, overall, again, thank you guys so much for putting on this event. There was so much that worked well. I love that it was at the Florida Hotel, at the Florida Mall, because there was no worries about having to pay for parking. That was all like available. There was lots of places to go and eat food. If you needed to, again, your staff handled the whole thing incredibly well. I was already planning on coming to Orlando Pen Show. Now I'm like excited to come to Orlando Pen Show and see a lot of these vendors again and see you guys again. I mean, it was just an amazing experience. I'm so glad I went, even though it was really busy. I think next year I might come both Friday and Saturday. I think I might come Friday afternoon to do my shopping, because that is kind of afternoon time is when the crowd started to clear out, and then maybe try to get into workshops on Saturday. But we'll kind of see what the year holds. It is a whole year away. But this was amazing. I had a wonderful time. If you're watching this and you're finding out about the Florida Stationery Fest from this video and you're not able to go, please go on their website. You can see all of the vendors. You can purchase from them. Again, I know some of them, like Koi have like been completely cleared out of their inventory, so it might be a little bit for them to get stock in. But you can absolutely like save them and purchase from them. They were all so wonderful. If you are planning on going tomorrow, Sunday, because I'm going to try to get this video out Saturday night. I'm hoping it'll be a little quieter for you crowd-wise. Don't be surprised if a lot of the vendors have stuff out of stock, because it has been so crazy the past couple of days. Give them grace, give the other employees grace. It was a completely wonderful experience to go. I'm so glad I went. And again, thank you so much for throwing the event, and thank you, viewer, for watching this video. And I hope you have a wonderful day.